Let's rock and roll, boys.
Hi, I'm Austin Cummings.
I'm Andrew Watson.
And I'm Matt Schultz.
And thank you for listening to another Nintendo podcast. This is episode 7, the one where we're talking about the Nintendo Direct E3 2018 Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Super
Get to that in a moment.
Smash Brothers!
Smash Brothers Melee. We're going to talk a little bit about specifically the things on display. Keep that going throughout the whole cast, I think. Just a little boom, boom in the back.
Fight!
We're going to talk about... I think interject. I think make it easy on me. I tell you what, we're going to be talking about Smash Bros. And what we think about the announcement, what we wanted to see, and what was not there. So, kick us off, Andrew. Tell us a little bit about generally what Smash looked like today.
You know, it looked like everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah, you were correct. The prediction. I was very wrong.
Yep, they came out. I can't believe they made that was like their whole presentation was like how many characters.
Yep.
That was a little more than I thought they were going to say. I just thought the roster was going to be big. But they came out and they really said it. And they really... it seems like there's a lot of... Oh, God.
That's right.
There's a lot of stuff that I think they still haven't even shown us that is super exciting to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. It definitely has a massive roster. So the big thing was like everyone's in it, and that is the case. So we're talking everyone from the Wii U version, Wii U RIP, but also featured we have Snake from Brawl.
Oh, that was...
Yep.
We have Pichu.
A lot of people are happy about that. Pichu.
Yeah, so crazy. Cannot believe this. Snake was a big surprise for me.
Yeah.
And Young Link even, the Young Link iteration lasting a minute.
Yeah, it looks great.
I know. Wild to me.
Awesome.
Pokemon trainer from Brawl.
And you can play as the individual ones, and you don't have to like switch if you don't want to
for you
anymore.
Yeah, you can just. And I think that's because they're not featuring a standalone Charizard. Yeah.
Yeah, Charizard, as we know, Pokemon number 6, Charizard, fire type, dragon looking, not type Pokemon. Okay, so
we do have a dragon in the game, though, in a way.
We sure do. Tell us about it, Matt.
Okay, so Smog the Terrible is he just stole all the coins.
Fans of The Hobbit will know the fabled Tolkien trilogy.
Yeah, so we got the video. We got such a cool little cutscene of Samus in her suit, Mega Man following behind Mario. These 3 characters. Mm-hmm. I don't know why those 3, but those 3.
Who would have brought Mario to that? You know,
like they all shoot fireballs.
I did find it a little bit violent too. You know,
it is a little violent.
Oh yeah, it looked like
like
Mega Man was completely pierced,
speared.
Right.
Yeah. No. I know. But the lore for that is very dark.
Now here's the thing. As soon as I saw as soon as I saw them walking through and I saw Samus, I'd be like, that's Ridley. You know. It's got to be Ridley.
Leading the charge. Who else could it possibly be? Giant Kraid from Melee, that stage that rotates the stage in the background? Yes, please.
Right? Yeah. I don't. Who knows? But it was great to see. It was a really fun cutscene. That's the second little CGI'd scene we got, and we all know we got a bunch of them on Wii U, and it's still very early. It's coming out in December. There's still room, but it is unprecedented that we've got 63 characters that had all been in the game prior to this, plus an Inkling and Ridley, so 65 in total.
65.
So we've had 2 videos introducing new characters prior to this and today. And I think there's plenty of room for more. I'd hope. But isn't it unprecedented that you go to their website and it's just... Yeah. I remember waiting for the Wii. I was in college and I was going to the website and they kept having these like silhouettes or blacked out like areas where they were going to reveal more characters and they were slowly dripping it out. And you're just scrolling down.
Dojo. It was the Brawl Dojo.
Right.
That's what it was called.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was the dojo. Oh, that was so cool.
So cool.
That was kind of like that was prior to this last generation, right, where they were really releasing a ton of so and so enters the ring,
right? Exactly.
Which I'm glad they're continuing with Ridley
for sure. So fun. I think the fact they keep doing that format, though, it does make me wonder a little bit. Is this going to be a kind of similar to a little bit similar to the way in which they did I'm losing my train of thought a little bit. Okay, do we think we've all along been saying this is going to be a brand new game, right? But is there a chance now? Is your feeling still that this is a brand new one? Because to me, the ultimate branding and having these character intro, no talk of an adventure mode or new story mode or anything like that, it does feel closer than I expected to a complete version of the Wii U iteration.
That's funny because I thought your prediction was that it would be very, very closely.
Yeah, I thought it'd be
related.
close, but I still thought it would be like a smaller roster. They'd load it out differently. It would still be like the assets and the levels, but I didn't expect it quite the way it came across with this one, which is truly it feels like it's a complete version. They call it Ultimate. In fact, there isn't really even a subtitle. There isn't like a Brawl or Melee. Ultimate feels like a DX or definitive edition version of this game. A little bit of a surprise there. Not necessarily bad.
I don't know, dude.
Where does one smash end and another begins? But
you would think that maybe on the surface, but then I watched the Treehouse Live and they really went into like just how many small details were changed for each character, and if you just think how much work that puts or that is just, oh god.
They were talking about that on the Treehouse too. They had a little intermission between just brackets, I guess, and a gentleman came out who I assume is a pretty big announcer in the Smash scene, and they had him playing upstairs, and they brought him out to kind of go over some tweaks to the game, to the Smash community that was there, and he was rattling off a ton of stuff about
that's interesting.
Hit points or hitboxes and just certain characters' abilities to deflect or not to deflect, or when it's 2 players versus 4 players, you take damage differently whether you're on a team or not.
The final smashes have been a little more streamlined.
Right,
they're much
faster.
more kind of similar.
Right.
Yeah. I know, and I appreciate those aspects are always in the game, right? The hitboxes, these little tweaks, the things they change to the updates. But I think going out and saying it on the outset does position them in a really nice place, because it feels a little bit like, like Melee. Everyone kind of lauds Melee as being the most technical of the Smash games. And I think by coming out early and saying, hey, this is what happens when there's multiple characters, this is what happens when you do a final smash, they're kind of trying to set, I think, the precedent, or at least kind of incept the idea for everyone that this game is going to be a little more, a little more technical.
They're gonna treat it seriously as a competitive game that they want to see played by that competitive community, that the Melee community, who's most likely will never leave the Melee community.
Never will leave. They're very happy there in their Melee home.
But it was great to see a huge community rally behind Smash 4. I think Nintendo recognized that. And to me, because it makes sense that it feels so familiar and it hasn't been that long since we got this, these 2 games on the Wii U and the 3DS, and it seems like a lot of work to get one out on the Switch this fast. So to me, it makes sense that they all right, we're gonna up the graphics and spend a lot of our time working out the technical kinks that made Smash 4 maybe just not as competitive as we think it could be. But it's very cool that they're being, like you said, upfront about here are the changes, which I don't feel like we've ever really heard them talk about openly before.
Right.
Yeah.
It even extended to using the shield or the dodging. There's kind of diminishing returns. It really is refining it in a way that might have been there under the hood, but they're really making it part of their messaging.
Yeah, it's looking good.
And what the competitors that got that they brought were half Melee stars and half Smash 4 stars, in their respective communities. And I think the crowd, it was fun. The crowd knew every one of these people. They came from Germany and Mexico and all over the country and the world. But it was really interesting because in the first round they had them in teams, and they pitted teams based. They had put one Smash and one Melee player together, or excuse me, one Smash 4 and one Melee player together, and then compared with the other two, another Smash, another Melee, and the announcers were saying this, and they were like, "Oh, the fans are recognized. You probably heard that roar from the crowd or the ooh, because this is what these players are coming from different." I guess perspectives of this game, or different arenas.
Yeah. Whole different methodology and practice level in terms of you still have every time at Evo, right? 4, and you also have Melee, and people really fall into special camps. And even though the games probably are fairly similar in many respects. It's still people are diehard in one or the other. So Ultimate really extends, I think, beyond the roster size, but they're trying to position this as like the come together, play this one, focus on this one.
And they all were using the GameCube controller, the new GameCube controller. Yeah.
Nice.
So
did I miss it? Did they make an announcement about reselling those in the adapters?
They did. There was a special little they like panned into different sides of the controller, like super up close and like slow pan to the left, slow pan to the right. I get it. It's a GameCube controller. I can tell. There's a little purple Z button.
I got a dozen in the basement. I got 3 wave birds down there. They're sleeping.
I'm glad I have 3 that are very well kept, so I'm very excited for that.
Right.
Yeah, you got the spice orange. I know that.
Oh, well done.
My favorite color.
Oh no.
That's
classic.
I have two silvers and then one of the redesign that they came out with that has like a longer cord.
Yeah, I have the white version of that. I think
for the Wii. Oh, yeah, the Wii U one at the very least was nicer with a little Smash logo in the middle. Yeah, and I think the longer cord. We think yes.
I think so. It feels long. I mean, I can check right now.
Yeah,
I bought one on Amazon from Japan that had a really long cord, but it was Nintendo branded or Smash branded.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
it's the favorite when people come over.
Coming back out because I think on the Treehouse mainly we were just seeing them with the Pro controller, which of course is a great controller, but at the same time you want to know that option is there, especially if you're catering towards those melee diehards, all of which just play Fox and Falcon and no one else. But it is neat to see for those reasons. So what kind of things stood out to both of you, Andrew? For what things did you say you came away from being most excited about this announcement?
Honestly, it's like how much. Like we were just talking the other day about how we were sick of the clones and how a lot of the characters feel so samey. This game really looks like they went into each character and really made sure that they're each unique in their own ways. Yeah. Like Ganondorf is like, good point. He's got his N64 costume on. His smash attacks, he uses his sword now, which is super cool.
Oh, I didn't see that. That is extremely cool. Because that was like back in Brawl. There was the taunt where he pulls out the Twilight Princess sword. Yeah. And that was like, who is he taunting? Is he taunting the other fake computers? Or are he taunting us real boys? Because I find it very rude that he has that and refuses to use it. And he's doing Falcon punches instead. Yeah. No, it's really cool. I just love that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's a great point. I think they're calling Echoes in this one. Yeah. And so you have like Daisy for Peach. So she's in it. Daisy, kind of. Pit. Are we counting her?
Oh, I had several friends text me about her. Like, yep, I'm maining Daisy.
Like, hi, I'm Daisy. Right, for sure. That's cool and nice to see. Like that, makes sense for Dark Pit and the other characters that are Lucina that are obvious. Just rework slightly of those main ones. It's cool to see them positioned as such. I think it also makes it more clear for people who are probably coming to this game, seeing the massive roster, not necessarily understanding why there's 2 versions of some of these characters. Right. So it's nice to do that way. And like you said, also, Andrew, you mentioned the costumes. Oh, yeah. The attention to detail in the costumes is so exciting. And you can point to so many of them and be like, it's from this, it's from that.
That was my hot take my experience, or the thing that I like the most about the
red hot take.
So hot. But I think I paid attention most to that, and every time Sakurai would mention, specifically we went with this choice for Zelda because, Zelda from Breath of the Wild isn't a fighter, and Zelda from Link Between Worlds or Link to the Past is, or...
That's like an especially cruel comment because like Breath of the Wild Zelda's character is like all about wanting to be more active. Right, she's got such a rough not story arc. Study, which is like what her... Yeah, exactly. The whole thing is the King of Hyrule is like, you got to be studying and praying. Like, that's all you were born to do. That's our bloodline. She's like, no.
Like, what is Peach? Is Peach supposed to be a fighter?
Yeah, I know. Well, whatever. That's always just like, classic Ridley too big. And now it turns out not too big. They managed to make it work. The technology exists now to render all of Ridley.
And apparently to put the ice climbers in a game.
Yeah, I know. Apparently they have enough firepower in this thing to show up to 16 characters on screen at one time. They're able to do it. What do you guys think as far as the as character outfits though? Before we leave that, what are your favorites? Andrew, what's a favorite outfit of yours?
I really like Mario's builder outfit.
How are you gonna dress up your boys?
Mario's builder outfit is so cool. His builder outfit, Mario.
Oh, the Super Mario.
It is very cool.
That one's cool.
Mario the Builder.
Honestly,
I think that game is definitely coming. By the way,
Mario Maker, yeah, for sure. Although my prediction, which did not come to pass, is that we're going to see like 3 or 4 remasters, and we didn't get any announcement to those. But I'm sure
next week
they will happen sooner than later. Exactly. I bet they'll come out even this year. But let me be wrong again by making that prediction.
That could really fill that middle gap that we were talking about on the last podcast.
Exactly. Hey, if listeners at home, if you're not sure what we're talking about, check out episode 6. Subscribe today. Go back into the well and find that. Another character that I liked the outfit. Like Wolf looked so cool.
Oh,
a character we have.
Did.
We saw him in Zero, but just all the details on his vest and jacket for a character that is just an Echo.
They said he like revamped his moves and everything.
Yeah. So what's he doing now? What's his deal?
So he's just, they didn't really go into it. I don't think they just said it during the trailer.
You can actually kind of click on his character on their website and watch his video again and see some screenshot. Like they have all these screenshots that weren't shown. There's so much stuff on the website right now. He's in a lot of pink and purple. But this is
go there today. Ask your parents before going online. Let's check it out.
It's very cool because the whole Star Fox line is all from the design. All the design aesthetics from Star Fox Zero.
That's nice. Nice to see that game get some love, and I can't wait to see Grippy announced back on the Star Fox Guard. It's time. Time to get gripped. To get a grip.
I will say one more thing about my overall take on just like what I'm excited about. It's the box art's now up on Amazon, and it is the art that we're seeing. It's like this, and you and I were talking about this a little earlier, Austin. Yeah, it's kind of a little
it's so cool. It's
funky looking, like it's a different take on all the characters, but it's just so cool to see them all in this like very Infinity War-esque poster.
I know. I saw some good tweets where people were like, Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover of all time. And then Sakurai being like, hold my beer or whatever. But I love that. Every time there's official art for this thing, it's so exciting to see all those characters, especially when, what something Smash Bros. Does so well is they do kind of apply that general kind of like palette to everything. So everything looks like they kind of exist in the same place, right? Snake doesn't look so crazy next to Pichu.
Yeah.
But fairly crazy, let's be real. But like there is like a general kind of equalizing of the art style. And I love seeing the art when that comes out for those types of things.
We got a lot of new amiibo coming.
Oh man,
I know. So
I wonder if they're gonna do that though. It seems like they might not.
There has to be a Wolf amiibo coming out for Smash.
Oh yeah, I guess
I want it.
They did just announce Ridley and Pichu, right? That would be good.
The Inkling and Ridley are the only ones so far. That
Smash Mewtwo. Oh, there is one. Never mind. Sorry, that's stupid.
Yeah, we have that one.
Yeah.
But what other ones don't we have? We don't have Ice Climbers. We don't have Pichu, Snake.
Is there a Dark Pit? Do we have a Dark Pit amiibo?
No, we do.
Don't have a Young Link.
I think
Young Link.
Andrew and I waited outside of Best Buy to get like the Dark Pit when it was announced back in Eugene. Yes. So very fun, worth it. And I play with that every day.
Pokemon every morning when I wake up. Really cool one.
I don't know how many. I know Wolf for sure. It's all the characters that like you said, Young Link.
Right.
I don't know, but it's exciting.
Yeah. It's like the classic case of like, I love Star Wars and I know we all do, but like for the figures, right? It's like you have Luke in like every outfit or like every pose or whatever, all those kind of classic things. This one, his finger does this or does that.
Right.
Like it's Batman, but this outfit's blue. Like and it's kind of the same way for this, where it's like, I would love to see like a Breath of the Wild Link amiibo.
Yeah.
Of course, we already have 2 other ones of that. Or like there's no Young Link, but there is the Majora's Mask one. Right, exactly. Like the Inkling, there's an Inkling now, but now there's like, how many iterations are there now of the Inkling?
Oh, that first Inkling looks so similar though to the...
Is so similar to the Splatoon 2 one, because there's like, there's the original Splatoon girl, and there was like the one that came out later where she had, I think, maybe... pink, green, orange hair. There was the second.
Yeah, there's the second one. Yeah, they had different skin tones.
And then there's Splatoon 2, right?
Right.
And now there is a Splatoon 2 like Octoling gal. So
yeah, there's 3 of them.
Very similar.
Those look awesome.
Now their
poses.
But now there's the Smash one.
Right.
There's 5 iterations basically of that character. And this is not Link. This is not your Papa Zelda or whatever. These are not major characters, but I still would like to see like a Smash version of each of the remaining. It's just neat that they were able to do this, especially with all of the weird, like when I saw Ryu on there as the first one, I think that they showed, it's like, I was like, oh my gosh, they like managed to retain all these licenses to these 3 third-party characters, which is cool.
I thought it was interesting the way they numbered everyone. Because the whole time I'm thinking Link's number 2, like whereas but DK is number 2, Mario's number 1, Link's number 3, right. And I'm wondering what the is it just like the order number that they put the original Smash Brothers list? Like, is that how you saw them, or is there like some deeper meaning behind, like, yeah, like Mario and Donkey Kong are number 1 and 2 characters at the company?
Or is it because they were the first games released in Donkey Kong? But then Game & Watch would obviously be one. So yeah, I don't know.
Right,
I don't
and then
know
they kind of they rounded out with Pikachu being the last one of that main group, at least on this roster.
I like the idea of that though. Like imagining even this that wouldn't make a lick of sense, but wearing like a jersey or something for that character, being like, oh, like, you know, number 2, 8 or whatever. Yeah,
61,
61, baby, me fighter. But I do like the idea of that, even though you'd rather be an actual person playing, but still, it is kind of neat to have that attention to detail, which they always do so well with these games.
It's very cool. You can, on the website, you can actually display the whole list by kind of by the series that they were in. So so it'll show you like kind of the originals, and it just shows you all the games that were, like, what levels came out in that game for that particular character. This is a very robust website. But yeah, and you can listen to the main theme song, and like kind of in all its glory. Which will play us out. Also,
can't put a price on that.
There's a lot of, it gives a lot of hints away about some of the stages. Like behind Mario's image is a beautiful looking castle of Peach's castle. It looks awesome. I don't know, like, we haven't seen it yet. Okay, so behind Breath of the Wild, Link is the tower, so it looks like it's. Oh, and sure enough, behind Yoshi, can you guess what it looks like?
Who's back there? I want to say Yoshi's Island, but maybe that sounds crazy.
A little bit of cardboard.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
From the MIA Yoshi cardboard game for this one. That is interesting. That is all neat to see. I'm looking forward to checking out that site because I do love the way they kind of hype that, using that feature. Do we want to talk about, though, to kind of round out the end of this episode, the characters we expected or still do expect, or who were not there?
Oh yeah, let's round out our episode with that.
Right, because everyone's there, but not everyone's invited. Everyone who's always showed up, but not anyone else. So let's chat. Yeah, let's talk about those. Let's each choose a character, I suppose, who we're surprised, or if we think it's going to come out later. Actually, let's do this. How many characters do you guys both think between now and December, when this game launches, are going to still be announced, if you had to guess?
At least 2, just because this list looks unfinished on the website.
Right, there's like 2 more slots they could potentially fill.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to guess 2?
I want to say, I think ambitious. I want to say 3 characters. 3 more characters unannounced.
Okay. Andrew, your final guess?
I'm gonna stick with 2. I think.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 4. So we're really spreading a really interesting layout here.
What if I do 3 with 1 Echo character?
No, I will not allow it, and I will be the victor if that happens. Yeah, this website is so cool. Okay, so who do we think then will be the ones that will be selected?
Well, I do think Ribbon Girl and Spring Boy.
Yeah.
Spring Man?
I don't know. I was second guessing myself on this very thing earlier when I was writing out the document. Spring Man, Ribbon Girl. Yeah, that's definitely pretty sexually charged if it is. And there's sexist Batman right. And then like Batgirl.
Do better, Nintendo.
Yeah, come on.
But that's honestly where I think there could be an Echo character involved. Even though both of them have different like abilities and movesets in the game. I would like to see, because I love playing as Ribbon Girl because she can jump a lot, and that makes perfect sense for like a Smash game. She just kind of can take the high ground and kind of hop around 1 extra time.
Right.
Whereas, Spring Man couldn't, so I don't necessarily think it would be probably an Echo character, but one of those characters has to be in this game. And think of this, a Smash. I'm just gonna throw this one out there. Smash trophy is who's the Crimson Chin looking dude? He's the main like antagonist in the game. What?
Max
Brass. That's with the brass chin.
I love that.
That guy I could totally see as being a trophy that just comes out and just whacks.
It would be interesting.
Someone.
Remember in the Wii U version, there was like Ridley and the Yellow Devil from Mega Man.
Right.
They were like stage hazards.
Oh,
right?
that could be a good stage hazard. Yeah.
Interesting to see if we had a character like that, or if they get more inventive, like a Beast Ganon or something like to that effect.
All the like arenas in that game are stage hazards already. just
the what are? Sorry.
The battle arenas in Arms already have so many stage hazards, so I can see that already kind of being built into if that were a stage.
Right. Yeah, definitely. No, it's exciting too, like just thinking about all the stages and things that we're kind of yet to really see, because they always have the same fun attention to detail that feel somewhat like a character reveal. It was cool to see the Breath of the Wild, the tower, and have like that view out into Hyrule from that game was neat. My favorite levels are always kind of the tourist-ish levels where we get to explore like, oh, Stelfino Plaza, and like these are different areas in that world that kind of take you around, even if the level itself maybe is less competitive focused. It's neat to see that. So I look forward to more of that.
Do you have a character you think is coming out?
Andy, do you want to hop in?
Oh shoot.
You think about it for a second. Mine is going to be, I still think we're going to see Waluigi, and I think people were really people are so excited for Ridley. We've been so long excited for it. I mean, wouldn't it be that excited for Waluigi? But I think there's so many characters. It's like, and now there's Daisy as an Echo. I feel like the omission is just all the more glaring in many respects.
Yeah,
I think Shovel Knight is probably
that's a good one. And we know the Shovel Knight DLC is not out yet, the King of Cards stuff. So
plus, there should be more Mario characters in this Super Smash Bros. Game than Fire Emblem characters, right?
Yeah, I agree.
That cannot be done. All right, guys. All right. An Advance Wars character? We're going to see Andy or something like that? Back to that?
I hope at least that's an assist trophy. I mean,
yeah,
that would be great. When that first came out, I was like, yes, thank you, Nintendo, just for acknowledging this. But it wasn't Andy or anyone, right? It was just like a little...
Yeah, just like some units that kind of...
Yeah, which is fun.
Across level. Right.
So I'd love to see that again. But... we'll see. Oh, someone home? Someone home now?
Someone's home. Hey, my dad's home. Sorry, guys. 1 minute.
Speaking of assist trophies, it's cool how you can like knock them out and get kills for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Or some
you
of
can
them,
take
at least,
the KO.
not all of them.
But they can steal a KO from you, right?
Yeah, well, I think so, yeah. I don't know how that works.
Oh, interesting. They did that kind of with the stage hazards back in the Wii U one, right? If you took out Ridley or whatever, you like could get some points, or like it was a KO. Wasn't that a thing? Am I making that up?
I think that was like on that map itself, but yeah.
Yes.
So
kind of neat.
I got another one.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think it would be cool. It would not be impossible to see Okami show up.
Oh. That'd be a neat one.
It's already the best or the largest crossover in history, right? So why not add one more character to this list, especially with the game coming out
for the Switch soon. Mm-hmm.
Right,
that's good. I like that. Another one, Funky Kong. Could we see Return to the Funk? Could that be working its way back in as well? Especially
maybe he like rides a wave, like as a assist trophy.
Yeah, that's good too. It is true that like King K. Rool, that's the character that people have wanted for a long time as well. I think people just want to see the major adversaries for a lot of our favorites. It would be neat to have some of them. And now that we have Ridley, it feels like we're closer to King K. Rool. It'd be nice to have another Donkey Kong character. It's surprising we only have he and Diddy as the only, no Cranky, or any of the many other Donkey Kong characters.
Right.
Yeah, a clone of what's the girl? Is it Daisy Kong? No.
Dixie?
Dixie Kong.
Dixie?
Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be good, because there is like that one different costume that looks kind of like Dixie, like the colors, the blonde and pink.
Maybe they just have an alternate costume that is Dixie.
I know, it's kind of upsetting that you kind of want her to have her own, her own thing. But then of course she's still using like the peanut gun and things that are characteristically Diddy.
Right.
And it is interesting looking at the echoes, because I hadn't looked at the website before this, but
it's only like
it's
3
interesting to me that
or something, right?
Yeah, not many. Like Wolf not listed as an echo, like we talked about. Falco isn't. That's a surprise.
Dr. Mario's not.
But they were. Was Falco ever? Were they echoes originally? Thought they had their own.
Oh yeah. No.
Falco was?
And even Falco, even Falco would say in Brawl, he'd say, like, personally, I prefer the air. And then he'd use a Landmaster for his final smash. He was just exactly the same as Fox, but he was...
I think he moved slower or...
A little slower, yeah. And his gun did not fire as rapidly, but it had knockback damage.
Yeah.
But beyond that, he was the same. And Wolf just more so of that.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if they're tweaked a little more aggressively, I guess.
Yeah, so this the website shows you from each franchise, right? Like we were saying, Yoshi is the only one from the Yoshi series.
Oh yeah. Who else?
Let's see, Captain Falcon. He's the only one. Ice Climber's only one from that franchise. This makes sense though.
Good.
Wario.
Yeah, no.
Wario's by himself.
Sunglasses on. Yeah.
Sonic not surprising, but surprising. I mean, the crowd erupted in like a bunch of like cheers and boos.
People love Sonic.
When
it's gotta go fast.
When Knuckles showed up as an assist trophy, and everyone was bummed out by that because they were holding out for a Knuckles
and we
character.
had Shadow in the past, the Chaos Control. So there's some assist trophy stuff, but yeah, it'd be nice to have more of that. I wonder if they don't want to do it because it's like each one's a contract thing. Nightmare, they don't want to renegotiate, but
for me though, Animal Crossing is a glaring one. Even though they showed like, look, there's like 8 different characters. And, skins of all of them. I would love.
Where are their skin?
I would love one of the animal characters to be in this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me the creepy fox that sells you stuff. Red.
Red.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me him or Tom Nook and like have his little nephew show up and assist.
Right. Timmy and Tommy, it's time. Yeah. They've been saving up for this. Yeah, it would be, even as the Echo thing, I think the Echo thing opens a lot of doors. We've long talked about, we talked about in the predictions, like wanting more costumes that were more meaningful. And if the Echoes are really, if the thing that makes you an Echo is it's like really a straight 1-to-1, right, from Martha and Lucina and Daisy and Peach, for example, then I say, bring in the Dixies or bring in other Sonic Shadow character, other very similar characters if it's not going to be a big deal. The fact that like Roy and Marth are different, the Toon Link and Young Link, those are different.
Well, Young Link, Toon Link's pretty floaty. He's got a lot of float to everything he does.
That's true. Right. But then is something that granular enough to make them not an Echo? You know what I mean?
Well, maybe they just took those, like, because I bet there's plenty of stuff that they tweaked on everyone that changes them even more,
Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping it's that. I'm hoping it's not something as granular as, like, just because always the clones were a little different. But I hope they've really, if they're not Echoes, then they really double down on that. Same Pichu and Pikachu, they did have differences, in terms of Pichu damaging itself for no reason.
Yeah.
God, we have so many Pokemon in this game. Just
so many Pokemons. But then it's like, I hope it's not an Echo. I hope it's really different. I hope it earns it.
I hope they add a Pokemon.
Oh, you rascal! Which one do you want then?
Yeah, right.
Make your prediction. Who would you like to add?
I want the. I wanted the Firecat guy.
Okay, so you want
Incineroar.
Yeah, I can see that. I think Decidueye is like the favorite
He's
of
definitely
those.
the obvious one.
Yeah. I want the second stage evolution of Poplio, or whatever. I want that second stage seal. Nobody wants that.
Keychain Pokemon.
The least loved of all the starters for that Gen 7. Well, I think, boys, unless we have something else to add, maybe leave this one there and we'll do another kind of E3 wrap-up later in the week. But any last thoughts as far as Smash is concerned?
Um.
Oh, my jinx.
No, you go first. I'm still thinking.
I'm hoping we see just more interesting stages. I love the nostalgia. I love, what was it? What's the Pokemon city? Brilliant City? Was that it? That you play at, like the floating towers from the original game. I love seeing all that stuff, but I really hope
Safeco stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's more new places that are tied to some of these main characters. That's why we have the tower from Breath of the Wild. But I'm really hoping that we can explore I'm hoping there's a lot from Odyssey, in this game. And not just look, an HD crisper version of the same level you've played a couple of times now. It's
kind of back to this. Is this kind of a Smash 4 Ultimate, really?
Right.
Especially if there are not a ton of stages, no new story mode added. If the single player stuff is pretty much the same, it'll feel more like that. Mm-hmm. I don't predict at this point we're going to get a Subspace Emissary. I think they would have done that and shown that. So,
yeah, right.
Andrew, any last thoughts on Smash before we wrap this one up?
I'm really excited. I definitely hope they have another direct, maybe halfway between now and December.
Yeah.
That shows just how different every character is, and maybe announce, one more character or something like that. And then I'm going to go out
I agree.
a little detail about Link. This is just a little thing I wanted to add before we go. He shoots a laser if he has 0 health out of his sword.
Yes,
that's awesome.
That's great. Which is funny because it's like the opposite in Breath of the Wild. You have to have full health to do
the 0% versus the 0 health. That is cool. That's a cool detail. I hope. Yeah, that's a good point, Andrew. I hope there's like a lot more stuff like that. I hope they really go into how things are tweaked. I hope we see more of that. They had that great direct last for the Wii U one where beforehand it was like 50 facts or whatever it was, and they like went through each one and the announcer did all of the little details, and it made every small detail really stand on its own, had its own number. Right, so like 8-player Smash, that was one thing and blew everyone's mind.
Yeah, number
coming back for this
7,
one, which is cool. Yeah, but they had all those little things that would be neat to have that attention given again. And we all made our character predictions, but I would still love to see, and I still have hope that we're going to see some bigger choices. Some more out there reach for it choices, and those are always kind of the most exciting. Like I wouldn't really be that excited for Waluigi. I do think it should happen, but I'd like to see things that are more of a surprise or like a random ARMS character, not the basic one, that would be neat.
Yeah, totally. I will say that we are getting more directs, but non Smash related directs. However, with every direct comes an opportunity for them to be like, and one more thing,
Right, for sure.
Which is
anytime
great.
they announce another game, it can go into a trailer for Smash.
right.
Just like the Inklings.
Oh, that was so good. That was such a good bait and switch. Cool.
Well, boys, should we leave it there? Any last thoughts?
That was a good one.
Okay, well, with that, let's play us out. But opposed to singing and putting them through that again, Matt, will you hit us with that new tune?
You want the newest one? Okay, yeah, we'll do. Let's just all pretend like we're rocking out tonight.
Nice chat.
Ready to rock, boys.
Background chat. Background talk.
Shuffles papers. Smiles at Kevin.
Very good.
Bye, everybody.
That's good. Yeah.